I wanted to give an update, and I wanted to sort of explain where I'm at. I've tried recording this multiple times before, and it's either erupted into explosive banter that I can't even understand even when I go back and watch it, or it's just become absolute nonsense that makes, again, no sense. It just hasn't been that serious. So, I wanted to just make this really fast and, yeah, sort of explain where I'm at. So, as many of you may know, I'm writing a book. As many of you actually may be reading it as beta readers, I've only shared the first couple chapters, which so far people have loved it, and I'm very glad. And I'm loving writing it, but man, it's taxing, man. I'm sure a lot of I don't really necessarily want to say I have a community or I have fans, but the people that know me as a soft, light-hearted guy that makes all these stupid, dumb, delirious jokes. I just don't have it in me right now, man. I'm so insanely burnt out, and it's okay, and that's how life goes. But I just wanted to explain why I haven't been doing anything. I've recorded a ton of stuff with friends. I have something in the works. I have like multiple things in the works in VR with a friend. I haven't gotten the time. And when I do have the time, it's spent either working on the book, working on school, or just resting. Because if I don't, I'm gonna die, man. Not a whole lot of high school kids tend to devote their time to creating massive projects like this. I have friends that do, but it's not really something that I can just go to someone and relate to about. And having a job and doing it's a whole other story, but like being in high school and being expected to withhold to this teenage mindset, this fucking god, my generation, people being inconsiderate, and the whole thing of like, you're pressured into being in these social stereotypes within your generation, and I really hate it, and I really don't like being in it because honestly, I'm just gonna say this, I'm a lot smarter than quite a bit of my generation, at least the one that I see around me. And I don't belong, man. I don't belong. I legitimately believe that I am like an 86-year-old man trapped in a 16-year-old's body and life. And going through high school and not having that same perspective of like, get good grades, go to college, do good in sports, go to college, get a scholarship, go to college, the school system, yeah. I don't have that. What I have right now is more like I might die tomorrow. I might just go and die tomorrow. Not of course not willingly, and I want to make that clear, not willingly at all, but I could die tomorrow. And if that is the case, I want to make something to leave something behind. I want to have a purpose. That is what I believe is my entire purpose, is just making cool things and inspiring others. The only reason I'm able to make this right now, I should add, is I'm sick. You can probably hear it in my voice, this nasally, snuffly voice like this. But, yeah, I want to make something cool. And it's a really different story. It's a really, really different perspective being in this thing where it's like, obviously there's kids that are like, I don't want to do school. School's for nerds. I'm not a nerd. I'm a jock. But like, that's not where I'm at. I just value things a lot differently. And I also fucking despise systems. And honestly, if you disagree with me, that's okay. I don't really care. I'm not going to change my perspective for you. I'm just sharing my perspective and the way I've gone through life. I sort of see life not entirely as being alive and surviving every day. And granted, I'm privileged enough to be able to live in a decently nice house and have a roof over my head and not have to worry about food. But like, I see life as more of something to observe and then something to create stories off of. I feel like I am a recycling bin, and I turn ideas into stories and characters and people and thoughts. I'm a recycling bin. XFC 2024. But no, really, it's just been a different experience, and it's really hard to be around that dynamic of everyone, just because everyone, I don't get it. Like, I don't get when it became oh yeah, I'm cool, I'm a Sigma male, to not even care about my friends. Like, I don't, God, why? Like, God, every fucking time I see my generation go, I'll stop your yapping, I don't want to hear the yap session. It's like, I'm trying to have a fucking conversation and all you respond with is a question mark. I just don't get it, man. I just don't fit in. And I'm not venting to the internet about that. I guess I kind of am, but I'm more just sharing my perspective. It's just tough. It's just tough to have these really, really different values and this really different experience of like, because school for me is not priority. It's not life. And I know it's pushed upon me that it must be that, but I reject it. And I really don't care because I have complete and entire faith in myself that I can and will be successful. And you know what? If I'm stuck in the future, barely scraping by, barely, financially, relationship-wise, anything, if I'm just barely having this terrible, terrible time doing something I love, that's fine. I would rather have that awful, awful struggle and be told, oh, you're not an A student, be doing something that I love. I would much rather be doing that than working some boring-ass 9-to-5 at a desk job. So, yeah, as far as the actual book itself, 7 minutes into this, I'm actually going to get into that. It's so close. It's so damn close, man. It is so damn close. It really, really is. God, I can't even explain to you how close it is. It's right there. It's right there. Just a little bit longer. The problem is I'm just stuck in this point where I can't find the motivation. I try to find time and motivation. I just can't do it. I go to write. It's not writer's block. It's not like it is motivation, but like I go to put words on the page and it just nothing comes out. It just doesn't work. But I promise you, in my absence, I have been creating something beautiful. I have spent every single thought I have in my brain into every single word in that book to make it the most authentic, beautiful, unique, and I think pretty damn fucking awesome experience. And I don't usually get sentimental, but like now I'm just going to allow myself to. I've realized doing that thing where it's like, the alpha male, males don't cry, we don't express emotion. No. Like, I'm really proud of myself. I'm really, really proud of myself, and I'm not afraid to say that because I have fucking hurt myself. I have, and not mentally, and I've made sure that I haven't mentally because of the Arizona 2, and you know the story with that, but I've been working so hard, and a lot harder than a normal teenager would my age, but I feel like that's my purpose. I get home and I don't think, oh, what about my future? What about that? I think, what can I add to this story? What can I make it with? And I'm not saying no one else is like me. There's plenty of other people who are like me, and I love those people, and I'm friends with those people. Surround yourself with the right people. But it's such a different experience. It really is, just having this defined life project that must be done. It feels to me like Noah's Ark. And I know that sounds stupid. It's not like... honestly, I'm not that religious, but like it feels to me like a calling of my purpose that I must write this. All the circumstances were right. It came to me. It came to me in a dream. It didn't, but it actually came to me when I was going mountain biking with my family, and I saw a pine tree with a knife in it next to a river. That's when it came to me, and that's when I decided I'm gonna write a book. But yeah, you've heard me throughout these little childish videos that I've made, just like, oh hey kids, I'm writing a book. Did you know I'm writing a book? That's the song I use in my book. Whoa, that's the song. Like, you know, I've teased it, and I've teased it for a reason. And I promise you, I'm pushing it because you're going to love it. Anything, you know, if you've enjoyed my stuff before, if you enjoy my sense of humor, hell, if you enjoyed listening to this video, I promise you, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. And it's almost there. It's so close. It is so damn close. I just can't, I'm stuck in this point where I just can't find the motivation. And it's just tough. It's just really tough being here. So yeah, I got about 20 more days of this. I got about 20 days. This is always my busy season. And it's funny because it literally is always my busy season. Like, hell, all the way back to like 7th grade, dude. I was working, I think, on something with creative, and then 8th grade, I was working on, lo and behold, the first version of the Arizona 2. Freshman year, I was working on the Origin of the Ashes and the Origin series and that story, and I was finally beginning to expand upon this thing where I can tell these stories now, and I really want to, and this isn't just a dream anymore, it's something I can achieve. And then sophomore year, I was working on the full version of the Arizona 2 and part 2. And, we all know what happened to that. This year is going to be the year where it all works. This year, I've promised myself this, it's going to work out. And I promise I'm going to finish it, and I'm going to finish strong, and it's going to be fucking fantastic. I'm sorry to swear. It's just who I am. And if you don't like it, that's fine. I don't care. I swear. But, you know, it's on its way. It really is. And I want to be clear. It's on its way to being done. Whether or not it's going to release soon, I can't guarantee, because I'm going to try to submit to some indie publishers. I'm in contact with a few people. I'm going to either self-publish or definitely not a massive publishing house, but we'll see. The thing is, I'm 16, almost 17. I created this for the beauty of creation and a sense of purpose and something I felt like I had to do that I love. It was not at all for the money. And, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Daddy would love some cash. But, you know, if people enjoy this and take something from it and just, you know, read it, and they get inspired to make their own story and realize that books and the whole medium of entertainment doesn't have to be this strict art form of like, oh, no, it must be perfect. You must have all this experience, you see. You must have this, you must have that. And, like, I hope people see that. What I want people to see my story and stop and slow down and think and just go for their dreams, because as cliche as hell as this sounds, life is way too short to stress out, and life is way too short to not try to do what you want to do. So if you're in the situation where you can, just go for it, man. You have no idea how far a simple little idea could take you. So yeah, that's got into existential crisis, but that is the book update. The update on books. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the background of this. We'll see, but you know, I don't know. If you want to see more of my book, also please let me know if you'd like to see a teaser, because I would definitely be willing to show a teaser. Yeah. That's the information on my book. That is as the update, and hopefully next time I'm talking to you, you'll be reading it, because of me talking through the pages. I'm gonna stop now. I'm going to go back to bed, probably upload this and then rest, and also write and see if I can get motivation back. So wish me luck. Thank you. Thank you for caring. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.